Hello everyone, welcome to another training video. In this video, I will walk you through setting up virtual office hours. Now I've gone on Blackboard and I've looked to see if there's any way that we can schedule appointments for office hours with our students. Now that we cannot have a listing on a door and just be on our office whenever the students can just walk in during these times, what we can do is that we can set up appointments or open availability for students to book any time that you have available for office hours. Now, a great website to do this is called Square Up. The website is called Square Up, and I will make sure to include a link in the description. Now, when we first get to the website, the first thing that we can select if you do not have an account already is to get started. Once we click on Get Started, we will be directed to this page where we can put all of our information and we can create our account. However, in my case, I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and just sign in to my account. I have my email and I have my password below. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I have to first select that I am not a robot. Here we go, verify. And I'm going to sign in. Once I'm signed in, I'm going to first get to my Square dashboard. What does this mean? This is my home page where I have all of the different tools that I can use to set up my appointments and my calendars. The first thing that I want to do is that on my left-hand side, I have a little calendar icon that says appointments under it. I want to go ahead and select this icon and click on appointments. Once the page loads, this is what we're going to see. The page will look like this, and we'll just give it a moment to load. Once it's loaded, this is what it looks like. These are all of my upcoming appointments. Right now, I teach internship and I'm doing mock interviews with each student individually. So I have had them to set up their appointments via Square Up so that I know on which days I have my students scheduled, and it's easier for me to manage all of my different students. If you have something like this in your classroom where you have to meet individually with your students for a project, then you can go ahead and also use Square Up. There are many different ways that we can use it, or different reasons for which we can use it. So when we go on this little panel to the left, we have some options. Below Overview, which is what we are looking right now, which is we're seeing everything that we have, I have something that says Calendar. I want to go ahead and select my calendar because this is what's going to let me edit my availability. Now, at the top, I have an icon that says Edit Availability. When I select this, I can go ahead and choose the times for my office hours or the times that I'm available to meet with my students. I can either go ahead and do it as a recurring schedule, so it will always be the same, or if I have to make changes, I can go ahead and make a one-time change to a specific week. See how we have the dates here for the week. Once I'm finished editing my availability, I can go ahead and select Done. Now I've set up my calendar. The next thing that I want to do is go to online booking. Under online booking, we have our booking site. This gives us our URL that we can share with our students in order for them to be able to book their office hour appointments. So it's very important that we come here so that we can go ahead and use this so that we can put it within our emails or our invitations to our students. Now, another important thing is services. Under services, you have to go to something called Go to Items because they've moved this tool. So under Go to Items, it was going to take us to the different services that we are providing. So if it is for office hours, you will name it office hours. In my case, this particular service that I'm doing is my mock interview, and it's only 30 minutes. And of course, it's for my students, so it's free. They don't have to pay anything to book the appointment or to do the mock interview. Now, in order to create a service, we want to go ahead and select this blue button that says Create Service. When I click on Create Service, I'm able to name the service, so I'm able to tell you what it's for. So if it was for office hours, I could name it Office Hours. I can give it a description. If I want to give it a description, in these hours I can meet with students on any issues that they may have, so on and so forth. I can give it a price. So if you were to have something outside of school, like you do some sort of tutoring that you're pricing other students for outside of school, then you could do it through here. But for our students, you would make it a price of 0, right? And it's a fixed price, nothing changes. And then the duration, how long is it going to be? How long is the appointment going to be? You can also allow for double bookings, which means that more than one person can book during that particular time. Now, once we've done all this information, we can go ahead and select save. And now I have my office hours. Now when students go to book their appointments, they're gonna have to select the service for office hours in order to select the appointment. And I will show you how that works. I'll go ahead and delete this because I'm not gonna be using it for the moment. So now we've created our service. We can go ahead and we can go back to appointments. And we can see all the appointments I have. Now, in order for us to see how the booking process works, what we have to do is go back to that online booking option and go back to our booking site. We want to go ahead and select view our site. View our site. When we view our site, there are different options. Now, you can either book an appointment, and when I select this, it will tell me the option. What can I book for? In this case, I'm only offering bookings for mock interviews. Then I can select book now, and now I can search for the day and time my professor is available. And once I click that time, I can set up my appointment. My professor will receive an email, and then they can come back to this page and basically manage their calendars. This is great because it's a place to keep all of the information as opposed to having to go back and forth through your emails and keeping up with students. It keeps it all really concise, and it really lets you manage everything easily. Once your students have booked that appointment, it will pop up under overview. So here I have all of my different upcoming appointments that I have for those mock interviews that I will be doing. So if you have any questions about how to book appointments for office hours, please let me know. I am happy to help. Now, if you're wondering, okay, we're going to have office hours, now how do we meet? Well, what I've told my students is that I've set up under their class, I've set up online meetings. In the case of my mock interviews, I have created a session for mock interviews that when I select edit settings, I can see it has no end. This means that this session is open for the rest of the semester. Now, I have told them that on the day and time of their interview, we will meet here in this room. So if you want to do one for office hours, you would create a session, you would put office hours, and again, no end so that it could be always. You can always use this room, and you can go ahead and click save. Then you can tell your students that when the day of their office hours and the time that they booked is that day and time, they will meet you here in this room on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. If you've chosen to do it through Zoom or another platform, that's up to you, but I found this to be the most easiest way because you don't have to send out multiple invitations, right? They only have to come into this room. You only have to set up that one list of instructions of how to find this room and how to book the appointment. Again, if you have any questions about this, leave comments for me below. I'm more than happy to help and answer any questions